When will it be time for people who are spiritually more than their body to be safe in a world that either 1 tries to hide us, 2 tries to kill us, 3 tells us we're lying, 4 if they do think we are, tells us we're evil and that we must be evil. These things aren't as they should be. It doesn't make any sense. Why is it okay for someone to pretend and roleplay as a non-human, but if someone says they are non-human, you judge them? Obviously, those people know they're physically human. This has never been the debate or the question. What people mean is that you can be physically human and mentally feel something other. That's what it is. And if you tell those people, well, you're feeding into your delusions, your whatever, what you are saying is because they perceive their consciousness different than you do, and they don't prescribe to the rules and boxes and definitions that you do, that they are wrong and must be hidden and must be tortured and must be whatever. That's what you do. That is what it leads to. That's what it causes. For those people who ever since small childhood knew that they were something other, they are viciously and relentlessly tormented for their entire lives with no escape. The only solution is hiding it as much as possible, and even then, how are you supposed to have anything real with people if you are hiding a huge part of yourself like that? And they say you cannot be an angel, you cannot be a demon, you cannot be a Satan, you cannot be a dragon, you cannot be a fairy because they don't exist. But I say they do exist, and they are mental, and they are psychological, as much as we are anything else. We are also mental and psychological experiences of consciousness. And if my consciousness in my brain and my body doesn't see itself as this body, doesn't see itself as that brain, sees itself as the perception perceiving its own thoughts, and those thoughts are infinite. If I say that I am not this, I am what is within this, and what is within this right now sees itself as a demon, as an angel, as a Nephilim, as a child of Samael, as a child of Belial. And you tell us you cannot be, it does not exist, it is not real. But you do not even know me. You do not know my history. You do not have my memories. You do not know what is real outside of you. You have never perceived reality. No one has. The only way we can perceive anything is through these organs built into our body, built into our face, that are relying on our brain to process with these organs to perceive our environment. You have never and you will never perceive the environment without the usage of your body and your brain. And if my brain tells me that what is perceiving these things isn't human, why shouldn't I listen to it? Why should I try and force myself, as we did for you hateful, bigoted people who told us you are psychotic? When I was a very small child, you said, you are psychotic, you are hallucinating. You have to take all these different medicines to suppress your innate creativity, to perceive things as we perceive things. Otherwise, you're too disabled for civilized society, for fascist, white supremacist society is what it is. And then we took all these medicines you gave us that altered our brain chemistry for years, that separated us for years, that hid us from each other for years, and we're done with it because all it ever did is cover it up. It didn't take us away, and the only way to take us away would be to kill us, would be to kill our body and our brain. And that's what people want. That's what they say. That's how they act. And they're like, no, there's never been any kids ever who really saw, it's not happening. There's never been any kids ever who really saw themselves as something other than human. Yes, there are. We were one. We were one. And now we understand from the psychological perspective, it is our autism, it is our dissociative identity disorder, and our gender plurality and gender fluidity and transgender as well. But and LGBT queer identity mixed in. But from the spiritual perspective, we are a shapeshifter. From the spiritual perspective, all a spirit is a mind aware of itself and its power. It can be more than that, but that's the if I'm defining it all as mental and psychological, and you tell me that I can't, you are making yourself the master of my mind. You are not the master of my mind. You do not own my brain. You do not know what is possible out there outside of your own perception with your own brain. So if my brain is telling me something and you say that that's delusional, so what? The whole fucking world is delusional. There is violence and war and bloodshed happening nonstop all the fucking time. And you want to tell someone that just because they have a socially unacceptable delusion, when the socially acceptable delusions are murder, white supremacy, killing people in the street through cop violence and other things, and systemic genocides, and then taxpayer-funded genocides, and that's all normal, and that's not delusional apparently, but I'm delusional for saying that I am an angel and a demon and a fairy and a dragon and more. That I am connected to the universe, that I have sex with angels and demons and gods, and that I spoke to Thoth like 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes ago, because I was meditating with him like just a bit ago. But like, so I'm delusional because I have a serious dissociative disability that was beaten into me as a small child that I now have to live with for the rest of my life, that affects me on every fucking conceivable level, that I will never be able to cure because it's incurable. And because I am disabled, you want to hide me away and lock me up, and you want to say that I'm schizophrenic or whatever else. Even if I was, you just want, I'm unpalatable, untouchable, unseemly. You know, my parents said the same thing. Guy who raised me said the same thing. He disowned me through a text after 22 years of torturing me, of trying to suppress me, of trying to hide me. And that's what you people do too. And I don't care anymore. Because if I listen to you fuckers, nothing ever changes for anyone. And all the children like me, they just fucking die. That's what happens. They either kill themselves or people kill them. That's the reality. That's the truth. So I'm going to express myself on my own terms for as long as I can before this fascist dystopia kills me or whatever else happens. Because none of this shit matters. None of this shit is real. And the ideas in here, they don't die, so they're real to me. The creativity in my heart, the love in my heart, that's what matters to me. The imagination and the inspiration and the creativity of children that I've managed to retain despite years of you trying to crush it out of me, that's what matters to me. So I am the things in here, not the things out here, and I don't care who tells me otherwise. Because you're wrong. And someday the world will know it.